Is this why AMC's share price is pinned down and not passing $6? We got a clip of Aron speaking that's 2 minutes long. I'm going to play it for you really quick because it's of importance.
That we'd worked agreements with 150 different lending institutions, that we were going to refinance all of our not all, but most of our long-term debt and push the maturities out from 2026 to 2029 and 2030, which is 5 years from now. I mean, no public company, we're a big public company on the New York Stock Exchange. When public companies renegotiate their debt, nobody is able to push it out more than 3 or 4 or 5 years. Like, that's normal. And we got a normal recapitalization done. It was complicated, but we got it done. And it's an enormous accomplishment for our company because it means we have a couple $100 million of debt that's due in 25 and 26. But the billions of our long-term debt, it's 5 years now. It's like 20 lifetimes from now. And it's normal. I mean, no one's ever going to refinance your debt out 2 decades. But one of the most important things that we did in this refinancing is not only do we push our debt, we pushed out $2.5 billion of debt maturities from out of $3 billion from 26 to 29 and 30. But we also embedded in those new debt instruments a convertible debt instrument. Like, this is inside baseball, I apologize, but it was like really important for my company because it means that Variety can't write articles like we're dead anymore. So one of the key things, we did a $400 million convertible debt instrument, which if our stock hits $5.66 a share, and we're within a buck of that right now, $400 million of our debt automatically converts to equity, which lowers our interest expense and lowers our debt ratio by close to $500 million.
So in the clip, Adam talks about their debt extension. In 2026, if circumstances are right, they can push out their debt back to 2030 and potentially further than that. But he also stated that once AMC's share price hits $5.66 a share, this $400 million or whatever he stated will, instead of being debt, turn to equity. And that is right here, $5.66 a share. AMC's very close to that. Well, that's odd, right? We wanted to push up back here when GameStop was rallying and tons of short exempts were dumped on it. This point of interest was supposed to bring us right up there and then scale higher, but instead it played out inverse and got pushed down. Coincidentally, right? Speaking of that, according to this site that we've taken a look at a couple of other times, AMC's intrinsic value, let's take a look at it. The best case scenario for AMC would be $25.85, base case $16.23, and the worst case scenario that this stock should be priced at is $11.34. With that being said, that's them stating AMC should at least be about 150% higher trading flat than what it's trading at right now, meaning it's insanely undervalued. And there are a couple reasons why it's staying undervalued. Now, GameStop, what happened? The theory played out exactly to a T. Anybody who jumped in calls last night towards close when GameStop was nearing its low would have made some money. What happened today on GameStop? Well, it wouldn't have been much, but you would have saw about a 4% gain, which would have been a 40% gain-ish or so on those call options. Obviously, depending on the calculations, that could be different. But again, Green Friday. GameStop came all the way up to $23.10. Not quite the price target that we wanted at $23.50, but very close to the top of this range. And the day is not over yet. We could see more green coming up to that level. Now, this is also directly under Roaring Kitty's price average, so that's something to pay attention to as well. But overall, the theory is playing out that we saw another Green Friday. Hopefully, we hold green, and that's going to bring us into the market in a minute. But GameStop also saw some more dark pool transactions, including an order for 48,400 shares worth about $1.12 million. Here are the dark pool trades for GameStop. So more people loading up on the back end through the dark pools for GameStop. According to Stonko Tracker, AMC has 1.6 million shares available to borrow. We are losing on the options chain, but not by much. There's really not much happening with the options chain except a lot of premium going to market makers for the week. Short exempt still pretty high, up to 181,000, even though the stock is barely moving. GameStop, 80,000 shares available to borrow, a little bit different. We are cooking on the options chain, a little bit of gamma ramp coming into next week, and also the T+1 from the CAT system update yesterday would be Monday for the business day. So we may or may not see some catalysts or see some movement in the share price on Monday based on the options chain, and that depending on if that does something. Polo just doesn't stop. It's up 5%, now trading above 30 cents in just 1 week, from 20 cents all the way to 30 cents. This stock we have been continuously talking about in Discord. Hopefully you guys are making some money on it. And if you aren't, it may not be too late. If we end up surpassing some of these levels right here, as you can see, where it recently built the base at and we're fighting, then this thing could go parabolic. If you haven't seen my videos on it, the last times this thing went parabolic, every time it was on this cycle period, and now we're trading on the cycle period, and we had this thing drawn out to do exactly this. What could that move look like? Well, it could look like thousands of percentages, and that's the only reason why we keep bringing it back into the videos. Okay, moving on, August PCE came out. Annual inflation rises 2.2%, which is below expectations for 2.3, which is the lowest since February of 2021, and it's also getting closer to the Fed's 2% inflation goal. Now, this obviously includes and excludes specific things, but this does give more support for a 50 basis point rate cut in November, another 50, right? Core PCE inflation also increased 2.7% year over year, in line with forecasts. The market did not react the greatest. We are down 0.06%, basically flat, though we tested this level once again. What did I say? I said we're going to build some sort of spring here under this level before a move up or a break below this trend line. But right now, the market is not ready to make a decision just yet. Overall, that's something that we're watching. As far as crypto goes, we're going to talk about that in a minute. It's indicating good things for the market. Tesla 259.20, building a base at 255, looking extremely strong. This thing could be ready to collapse any minute back down to 226, or it could be ready to break out of this level. Either way, Tesla could do what the market's doing and build the spring here right into October 10th before the Robotaxi event, before getting that next leg up or that move down. Also, that's something that we're watching as well. Also, speaking of Tesla, rumors of Tesla accepting Bitcoin as a payment method in the next 2 months. And moving on to Nvidia before we touch on Bitcoin, breaking down below this level at 122, not holding up, and testing a break below this ascending channel that it's in. This is crucial for Nvidia because if Nvidia does not hold, there's a couple levels it's coming to. First of all, 118, and then 111. And then we'll evaluate from there. But as of right now, I don't like it. This is not a spot, in my opinion, to enter calls unless you had a very tight stop on today's low, probably at 119.85. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Bitcoin came up to test a crucial level at 66,500. I'm sorry, 66,500, which is something that we have been calling out for and watching after we got this spring load and then this move up, which could just be an indication that the market's going to follow, Tesla's going to follow, and other plays are going to follow, right? This consolidation and then spring up. Overall, Bitcoin at 66,500 is one of the most important levels in my opinion, because if we break, open, and close above this, you have only one level left to do the same thing at before you go for that all-time high, which is 69K. So we're going to watch to see how it reacts here. Last sprinkle on top, China's stock market has gone parabolic this week after the government announced a $140 billion stimulus and multiple rate cuts. This is the biggest weekly gain since 2008. I'm not sure what they're doing over there. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Again, make sure to press the third link and get in the Discord so you can come talk with me and the most amazing people, stocks, and crypto all day long. There are no bad questions, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader. This is the place to go. And it's only a coffee a month, which I got right here. That's it. That's all it takes to get in the Discord. Third link right here. Also, the second link, if you've signed up for Moomoo through my link yet and didn't deposit, make sure to put $1 into your account or something like that so you can max out the benefits of getting up to 15 free stocks, earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. So go do that, guys. Do not sleep on it. In the very top link in the description of the video is for my custom indicator, pattern detection, and forecasting. You can see right here, it detects a pattern, gives you a price target, most of the time gets to that price target, and then forecasts what the stock might do following that and you can get it for 2 weeks for free. Go see if it'll help you trade. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.